My parents were furious when they learned we bought a new house and called us selfish, so my husband threw them out. But what they said next changed everything. My parents always treated me like the family maid while my sister got everything. Growing up, I'd scrub floors while she watched TV. I'd cook dinner while she got her nails done. When I complained, my mom would say I was being dramatic. I left at 18 and never looked back. I met my husband in college. He saw how my family treated me and couldn't believe it. When I told my parents we were getting engaged at 23, they threatened to disown me. They said he wasn't good enough, that I was making a mistake. We got married anyway with just his family there. They moved overseas about 10 years ago. And honestly, our relationship only works with an ocean between us. We FaceTime sometimes, but it's always tense. When they visit, my husband gets treated like the help too, while my sister lounges around like royalty. Last month, my husband and I finally bought our dream house. 3 bedrooms, a huge backyard, everything we wanted to start a family. We were over the moon, but we kept it quiet from my parents because they're renting a storage unit not far from us. And I knew exactly what would happen if they found out. See, my parents have been storing furniture and boxes of junk for years, paying monthly fees. As far as they knew, we just moved to a small apartment closer to my husband's work. I wasn't about to let them turn our first home into their personal warehouse. Yesterday afternoon, I was having coffee at home when my childhood friend Dolly knocked on the door. Behind her were my parents, grinning like they pulled off the surprise of the century. Dolly had run into them at the grocery store and thought it would be sweet to bring them along. The moment they walked in and saw our spacious living room, the vaulted ceilings, the hardwood floors, my mom's smile vanished. She looked around slowly, her face getting redder by the second. Then she exploded. She screamed about how selfish we were, how we had all this space, and never offered to help them with storage. She yelled about how our relationship had been so good lately. So why would I lie to her? She said I was ungrateful and secretive just like I'd always been. I just stood there frozen. Dolly looked horrified and tried to apologize, but my mom kept going. She said they were hurt, that family helps family, that I clearly didn't care about them at all. That's when my husband came home from work. He walked in, saw my mom gesturing wildly, saw my face, and his expression hardened. He set down his briefcase and said firmly, "Stop making a scene under my roof." My dad, who'd been quiet until then, stood up. His face went bright red. "Under your roof." He practically spat the words. "You mean the roof my money helped pay for?" The room went dead silent. I felt my stomach drop. I turned slowly to face my parents. "What money?" My mom's angry expression shifted into something smug, almost satisfied. She crossed her arms. "We've been sending your sister $2,000 every month for the last 10 years to help you both out. We assumed she was splitting it with you like we asked." My husband's jaw actually dropped. I couldn't breathe. 10 years. $2,000 a month. That's $240,000. My sister bought a lake house last year. She went on a European vacation. She drives a brand new BMW, and I'm standing here in my first home that we scraped and saved for. Learning she's been pocketing money meant for both of us. My hands were shaking as I pulled out my phone and called my sister on speaker. She answered cheerfully. "Hey, what's up? Did mom and dad give you money for me?" My voice was barely steady. Long, horrible silence. Then quietly, "They said it was for both of us to use however we needed." "So, you used it all on yourself?" Another pause. "I figured you were doing fine without it." My mom's smug expression was cracking. She was starting to realize what she'd just exposed. My dad looked between me and my husband, his face pale now. I hung up on my sister. The room was so quiet I could hear my own heartbeat. My husband walked to the front door and opened it wide. His voice was ice cold. "Get out of our house." My dad finally spoke. His voice was quiet and cold. "You want to talk about money? Your sister's been paying your student loans for 3 years." I felt the floor tilt. "What?" He nodded slowly. "You think those loans just disappeared? She's been covering your $1,800 monthly payments with the money we sent her. She never told you because she didn't want you to feel guilty." My husband looked at me, confused. "I thought you paid those off." I had thought the same thing. "The payments just stopped coming 3 years ago." My sister stepped into the doorway behind my parents, and her face was completely calm. "So now you owe me $64,800, plus interest." I stared at my sister standing in my doorway like she owned the place. Her arms were crossed and she had this look on her face I'd seen 1,000 times growing up, that superior smirk that said she'd won. "Explain that," I said. My voice came out steadier than I felt. "Explain why you paid my loans without ever telling me." She shrugged. I felt guilty. Taking all that money from mom and dad while you got nothing? It seemed like the right thing to do. My mom jumped in immediately. "We told both of you girls that money was for sharing. We made that very clear." To her, my husband cut in. He was still standing by the open door, his hand on the knob. "You made it clear to her, not to my wife. We assumed she'd tell you," my dad said. His voice had lost some of that cold edge. Now he just sounded tired. "That's convenient," my husband said. "Real convenient." My sister took a step into the house, actually into my living room. "Look, I have bank statements, payment confirmations, 36 months of payments, every single one." "Show me," my husband demanded. She pulled out her phone and started scrolling. I watched her manicured nails tap the screen. "Those nails probably cost more than my weekly grocery budget." She turned the phone around and there they were, row after row of payments to my loan servicer. $1,800. Every month. For 3 years. My stomach twisted. She actually had paid them. See? My sister's voice had that edge of triumph in it. That's when it clicked. The timing. The amount. The way my parents were watching me with these careful expressions. You planned this, I said slowly. All of you. My mom's eyes widened just a fraction. Don't be ridiculous. You knew exactly what you were doing. I looked at my dad. You told her to pay those loans, didn't you? You told her to keep me dependent. The silence that followed told me everything. My sister's smirk faltered. That's not. You wanted me to owe her money, I continued. My hands were shaking, but my voice was getting stronger, so she could control me. So I'd have to come crawling back. That's enough, my husband said. His voice cut through the room like a knife. Everyone out. Now. I'm not leaving until I get what I'm owed, my sister said. She planted her feet like a toddler refusing to move. My husband pulled out his phone. Then I'm calling the police. For what? My sister laughed. I'm owed money. I have proof. You can't just throw me out. That's when Dolly spoke up. She'd been standing by the kitchen this whole time, looking like she wanted to disappear into the floor. I'm sorry, she whispered. They paid me. I turned to look at her. What? Your parents. They paid me $200 to bring them here today. They said they wanted to surprise you. Dolly's eyes were filling with tears. They've been planning this for weeks. They kept asking me about when you'd be home, if your husband would be at work. I didn't know they were going to do this, I swear. I felt like I'd been punched. Dolly and I had been friends since 3rd grade. We'd shared secrets, sleepovers, everything. Get out, I said to her. Get out of my house. She started crying for real now, but she left. The door clicked shut behind her. My sister reached into her purse. She pulled out a folded stack of papers. I had my lawyer draw this up. It's a repayment contract. You sign it now, or I file a lien against your house. My husband actually laughed. It wasn't a nice sound. Let me see that. She handed it over like she'd already won. He unfolded it and read through it quickly. His expression didn't change, but I saw his jaw tighten. This is completely unenforceable, he said. Excuse me? My sister's confidence cracked a little. I'm a corporate lawyer. I review contracts every single day. He held up the papers. This is garbage. You can't retroactively turn a gift into a loan. She never signed anything agreeing to borrow money from you. You just made payments on her behalf. My sister's face went white. That means legally, those payments were gifts. My husband continued. You can't demand them back. You have no standing. That's not true, my sister said, but her voice had gone shaky. I have proof I paid. Proof you made gifts. My husband interrupted. Nothing more. My mom started talking fast. We'll sue you for emotional distress. Both of you. You've put us through hell. My husband pulled out his phone again. This time he actually dialed. Hey, Trevor. Yeah, it's me. Quick legal question. He put it on speaker. A man's voice came through. What's up? If someone voluntarily pays another person's debt without any written agreement, can they later claim it was a loan and demand repayment? Trevor laughed. No, that's a gift. Gifts can't be retroactively converted into loans. They'd need a signed agreement before the payment started. Otherwise, there's no contract. My sister looked like she might throw up. Thanks, man. I'll call you Monday. My husband hung up. There's your answer. Now, get out. Why did you really send the money to just her? I asked my parents. I needed to hear them say it. My mom looked at my dad. Something passed between them. Because we didn't think you'd make it, my mom said finally. Her voice was flat. We didn't think you'd succeed at anything. We thought you'd fail and come back to us. My dad nodded. The money was an investment in the daughter we believed in. I'd always known they preferred my sister, but hearing them say out loud that they'd bet against me, that they'd expected me to fail, that hurt worse than anything else that had happened. And now, my husband's voice was dangerous. What's the real reason you're here? Another look between my parents. We're broke, my dad said quietly. The investments went bad. We can't afford the storage unit anymore. Can't afford rent. You plan to move in here, I said. It wasn't a question. My mom nodded. We thought if your sister had this debt over you, you'd have to let us stay. And then your sister would get half the house when you couldn't pay. My sister had been in on it. The whole thing. My entire family had conspired to take my home. My husband started taking pictures with his phone. My parents. My sister. The fake contract. What are you doing? My sister demanded. Evidence. You're all banned from this property. If any of you come back, I'm filing for a restraining order. My sister lunged for me. Actually lunged, trying to grab my phone out of my hands. Delete those pictures. My husband caught her arm. He didn't hurt her, but he held her firmly. Touch my wife again, and I'm calling the cops for assault. My parents finally started moving toward the door. My dad's shoulders were slumped. My mom was crying, but I couldn't tell if it was real or for show. My sister yanked her arm away from my husband. She wasn't leaving. I have nowhere to go, she said. The tears started then. Big, dramatic ones. Please, I'm your sister. You tried to steal my house. I'm broke, she sobbed. The lake house is a rental. The BMW is leased. I can't make the payments anymore. That Europe trip maxed out 3 credit cards I can't pay back. Everything she'd flaunted on social media. All those pictures of her perfect life. All lies funded by debt and our parents' money. You should have thought of that before you tried to scam me, I said. Family is supposed to stick together. Her voice went shrill. You're supposed to help me. Did you ever actually love me? I asked. Or did you always just see me as a backup plan? She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. Nothing came out. That told me everything I needed to know. Someone knocked hard on the door. My husband opened it to find 2 police officers standing there. We got a call about a disturbance, one of them said. Yes, officer, my sister said before anyone else could speak. She turned on the tears full force. They're trying to steal from me. I paid my sister's student loans and now she won't pay me back. The officer looked at me, then at my husband. My husband held up his phone. I have my law partner's legal opinion right here. Would you like to hear it? The officer listened as my husband explained. Then he looked at my sister. Ma'am, do you have a signed contract? She doesn't need one. Ma'am, without a signed agreement, you don't have a legal debt. This is a civil matter at best. But right now you're trespassing. The homeowners have asked you to leave. This isn't fair, my sister screamed. You need to leave now or you'll be arrested for trespassing, the second officer said. My sister looked at me one more time. Her face was red and blotchy from crying. You'll regret this. I'll turn the whole family against you. Everyone will know what you did. I didn't do anything, I said quietly. And I don't have a family anymore. The officers walked my sister to the door. She left still screaming threats over her shoulder. Something about how I'd be sorry, how karma would get me, how blood was thicker than water. The door finally closed. The house was silent except for the sound of my own heartbeat in my ears. My husband locked the door, then the deadbolt. Then he turned and looked at me. Are you okay? I wasn't. I didn't think I would be for a long time. But I nodded anyway. He pulled me into a hug and I finally started crying. Not the dramatic sobs my sister had put on for the cops. Just quiet tears that I'd been holding back since my parents first walked through my door. Over the next few hours, I blocked my parents' numbers. My sister's number. Dolly's number. I went through Facebook, Instagram, everything, and blocked every single member of my family. My husband ordered pizza because neither of us could think about cooking. We sat on our couch in our living room in our house that we'd worked so hard for, and we didn't talk about what had happened. Not yet. It was too raw. But I knew I'd made the right choice. Whatever happened next, I was done being their backup plan. The next morning, I woke up to 47 missed calls. I'd forgotten to block my sister on my work phone. The voicemails ranged from crying apologies to screaming threats. I deleted them all without listening to more than a few seconds of each. I called my phone carrier and changed my personal number. The representative asked if I was in an unsafe situation and offered to flag my account. I said yes. She put notes on my file that no one was allowed to get information about my account or location. My husband did the same with his number. Then we called a security company. By that afternoon, we had cameras being installed. Front door, back door, driveway, backyard. If anyone from my family came back, we'd have video evidence. The installation guy was named Pete. He was probably in his 50s, with a gray beard and kind eyes. You folks having trouble with someone? He asked while drilling holes for the camera mounts. Family? My husband said shortly. Pete nodded like he understood. See that a lot. Most of our residential customers, it's not strangers they're worried about. It's people they know. He finished the installation and showed us how to use the app. We could see every angle of our property from our phones. Motion alerts, night vision, the works. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept checking the camera feeds on my phone. The front yard was empty, the driveway was empty, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching. My husband found me at 2 a.m. sitting on the couch with all the lights on, staring at my phone. They're not coming back, he said gently. You don't know that. He sat down next to me. The cops warned them. They know we have lawyers. They're not stupid enough to come back. My sister's desperate. Desperate people do stupid things. He couldn't argue with that. On Monday, my husband went to work and I called in sick. I couldn't face my coworkers. Couldn't pretend everything was normal when my entire family had just tried to steal my house. I spent the day cleaning, scrubbing the floors my parents had walked on, wiping down the doorknob my sister had touched, washing the coffee mugs Dolly had used, like I could erase them from my space. Around noon, my work phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but it could have been a client, so I picked up. You ruined my life. My sister's voice. I'm hanging up. Wait, please. Just listen. I should have hung up. I knew I should have. But some part of me, the part that remembered being kids together, that remembered braiding each other's hair and sharing secrets, that part made me stay on the line. I got evicted this morning, she said. The lake house. I'm 3 months behind on rent and they want me out by Friday. That's not my problem. My car got repossessed last night. The BMW. They towed it right out of the driveway. Still not my problem. I have $143 in my checking account. The credit cards are all maxed. And Mom and Dad won't answer my calls because I didn't get them into your house like I promised. Something in her voice made me pause. She wasn't crying, wasn't yelling. She just sounded tired. Why are you telling me this? I asked. Because I don't know what else to do. She laughed, but it was a broken sound. My whole life, I always had a safety net, Mom and Dad's money. And when that ran out, I thought I had you. I thought you owed me. And now I have nothing. You did this to yourself. I know. Quiet for a moment. I'm not asking you to help me. I know I don't deserve it. I just wanted you to know that you were right. About everything. I never saw you as my sister. Just as a resource. I didn't know what to say to that. I'm sorry, she said. I know it doesn't mean anything now, but I'm sorry. She hung up before I could respond. I sat there holding my work phone, feeling nothing. No satisfaction that she was suffering. No guilt that I wasn't helping. Just emptiness. That night, my husband came home with Chinese takeout and a bottle of wine. Rough day? I asked. Not as rough as yours, I'm guessing. He'd seen my face. I told him about my sister's call while we ate orange chicken straight from the containers. When I finished, he was quiet for a minute. Do you want to help her? He asked. No. The answer came immediately. Is that bad? No, he said. It's human. She tried to take everything from you. You don't owe her anything. We finished eating in silence. Then my husband pulled out his laptop. What are you doing? I asked. Checking something. His fingers moved quickly over the keyboard. I want to make sure there's no way they can come after the house. Your partner said. I want to be absolutely sure. He pulled up legal databases, typed in search terms I didn't understand. After about 30 minutes, he sat back. Okay, we're safe. There's no legal mechanism for them to claim any right to this property. Even if they tried to sue, they'd lose. Some of the tension I'd been carrying since yesterday finally eased. Thank you, I said. For what? For protecting me. For believing me. For not making me feel crazy. He closed his laptop and pulled me close. You're not crazy. Your family is toxic, and you're better off without them. I wanted to believe that. I really did. On Wednesday, I went back to work. My boss, Rita, called me into her office first thing. You doing okay? She asked. You never call in sick. Family stuff, I said. It's handled now. She looked at me with those sharp brown eyes that never missed anything. If you need time off, just say so. Don't push yourself. I'm fine. Really. I wasn't fine, but work was a distraction. I threw myself into spreadsheets and reports and client calls. Anything to keep my mind busy. At lunch, I went to the break room and found 3 coworkers huddled around someone's phone, whispering. They got quiet when they saw me. What? I asked. My coworker Jenna bit her lip. Nothing. It's nothing. Show me. She hesitated, then turned her phone around. It was Facebook. My sister's profile. A long post about how I'd abandoned her, left her homeless, refused to pay back money I owed her, how I'd turned my back on family. The post had 89 shares and counting. Everyone knows that's garbage, right? Jenna said quickly. Like, we all know she's lying. But some of the mutual friends from my hometown had commented, agreeing with my sister, calling me selfish, saying I'd always been the problem child, people I'd known since elementary school, taking her side without even asking for mine. I handed Jenna's phone back. Thanks for showing me. I went back to my desk and pulled up Facebook on my computer. My sister had tagged me in the post. So had my mom. So had 3 of my cousins. I reported every single tag. Then I deactivated my account entirely. When I got home that night, there was a car parked across the street. A beat-up Honda Civic I didn't recognize. I pulled into my driveway and checked my security cameras from my phone. The Civic had been there for 20 minutes. My husband was working late, so I was alone. I called him. There's a car outside, I said. I don't recognize it. Can you see who's in it? I zoomed in on the front door camera. No, the windows are too tinted. I'm coming home right now. Lock the doors and don't go outside. I went inside and locked the door behind me. Deadbolt. Chain. I turned on all the lights and kept checking the camera feeds. The Civic didn't move. My husband got home 15 minutes later. The car was still there. He walked right up to it and knocked on the window. The window rolled down. I couldn't see who was inside from my angle. My husband talked to them for maybe 30 seconds. Then he walked back to the house. The Civic started up and drove away. Who was it? I asked as soon as he came inside. Private investigator. His jaw was tight. Your parents hired him to watch the house. My stomach dropped. Why? He wouldn't say. Just that he was hired to monitor the property and report back. My husband pulled out his phone. I got his license plate. I'm reporting him to the police for harassment. He called the non-emergency line and filed a report. The officer on the phone said if the PI came back, we should call immediately. I couldn't eat dinner. My parents were having me watched. Actually paying someone to surveil my house. What are they planning? I asked. My husband shook his head. Nothing good. That night, the Civic didn't come back. But I barely slept. Every sound made me jump. Every shadow looked like someone in my yard. At 4 a.m., I gave up on sleep and went to make coffee. That's when I saw it. An envelope on my front porch, right in front of the door. I checked the camera footage. Someone had walked up at 3:47 a.m., dropped the envelope, and left. The motion sensor had recorded it. I couldn't see their face. They were wearing a hoodie, but they moved like my sister. Same walk, same height. My husband came downstairs and found me staring at the envelope through the window. Don't touch it, he said. I'll call the police. But I'd already opened the door, already picked it up. Inside was a single piece of paper, handwritten in my sister's loopy script. You have 1 week to give me $64,800 or everyone you know will find out what kind of person you really are. I have screenshots. I have recordings. I have proof. You think the Facebook post was bad? I'm just getting started. My hands started shaking. My husband took the letter from me. Read it. His expression went dark. This is extortion, he said. This is actually illegal. He took pictures of the letter, the envelope, everything. Then he called the police. 2 officers showed up 40 minutes later, the same ones from Sunday. They took our statement, took the letter as evidence, watched the camera footage of my sister dropping off the envelope. We can arrest her for this, one officer said. Extortion is a felony. Do it, my husband said immediately. Wait, I looked at the officers. What happens if you arrest her? She'll be booked, arraigned, probably released on bail. Then there'll be a trial. How long does that take? The officer shrugged. Months. Maybe a year. A year of court dates. A year of seeing my sister. A year of this dragging out. Is there another option? I asked. You could get a restraining order, the other officer said. No contact order. If she violates it, then she goes to jail. No trial needed. Let's do that. My husband looked at me. You sure? She threatened you. She should face real consequences. I just want her to leave me alone, I said. I don't want to spend the next year dealing with this. The officers explained the process. We'd file for an emergency protective order, which would be in place immediately. Then there'd be a hearing in 2 weeks where a judge would decide if it should be permanent. We went to the courthouse that morning, filled out the paperwork. A judge reviewed it and granted the temporary order. My sister had to stay at least 100 yards away from me, my husband, our home, and my workplace. No contact, no calls, texts, emails, social media, nothing. If she violated it, she'd be arrested immediately. The officer who'd taken our statement promised to personally serve my sister with the order that afternoon. I went to work late, told Rita I'd had a family emergency. She didn't ask questions. But everyone in the office had seen my sister's Facebook post by then. I could feel them watching me, whispering. At lunch, Jenna sat down across from me in the break room. Hey, she said. I just want you to know, nobody here believes your sister's crap. Thanks. Seriously. We all know you. We've worked with you for 5 years. You're not the person she's describing. Other coworkers nodded. A few came over and said similar things. It helped, but it didn't erase the humiliation of knowing my family drama was now public. That afternoon, my work phone rang. Unknown number again. This time I didn't answer. They left a voicemail. It was my mom. I know you got a restraining order against your sister. That was cruel and unnecessary. She's struggling and you're making it worse. I'm ashamed of you. Your father is ashamed of you. You're no daughter of ours. I deleted the voicemail and blocked the number. 10 minutes later, another call. My dad's voice this time. Your mother's right. You're punishing your sister for trying to help you. Those loan payments were a gift, and you threw them back in her face. You're selfish. You always have been. I blocked that number too. Then my cousin called. Then my aunt. Then people I hadn't spoken to in years. All of them with the same message. I was in the wrong. I owed my sister. I was tearing the family apart. I turned off my work phone and put it in my desk drawer. When I got home, my husband was already there. He looked grim. Your sister violated the restraining order, he said. What? She showed up at my office building, waited in the lobby. When I came down for lunch, she tried to talk to me. Building security called the cops. Is she arrested? Yes. She's being held without bail until the violation hearing tomorrow. I should have felt relieved. Instead, I just felt tired. Your parents called me too, my husband continued. 17 times. I blocked them. We ordered pizza again because neither of us had the energy to cook. While we ate, my husband pulled up his laptop. I did some digging, he said. Your parents declared bankruptcy last month. What? He turned the screen so I could see. Public records. Chapter 7, bankruptcy. My parents had listed debts totaling over $300,000. They weren't just broke, my husband said. They're completely underwater. The house overseas is in foreclosure. They have a judgment against them from their landlord for unpaid rent. I stared at the numbers. How did they afford a private investigator? They didn't. I called the PI's company and asked. Your sister hired him, paid with a credit card that's probably already maxed out. My sister had spent money she didn't have to have me watched. Money she could have used for rent or food. The next day, I had to go to court for my sister's restraining order violation hearing. I sat in the gallery while my sister stood before the judge in an orange jumpsuit. She looked terrible. No makeup, hair unwashed, her hands were shaking. The prosecutor explained the violation. My sister had approached my husband less than 12 hours after being served with the order. Your Honor, I just wanted to talk to him, my sister said. Her voice cracked. I wanted to explain. You wanted to violate a court order, the judge interrupted. She was a black woman in her 60s with zero patience in her eyes. Do you understand what a no-contact order means? Yes, but it means no contact. Not with the petitioner, not with the petitioner's spouse, not with anyone associated with the petitioner. I didn't know it covered him too. Did you read the order? My sister went quiet. Did you read it? The judge repeated. Yes, my sister whispered. Then you knew it covered the petitioner's spouse. You chose to violate it anyway. The judge looked at the prosecutor. Recommendation? 30 days in county jail, Your Honor. My sister started crying. Please, I don't have anywhere to go. I'll stay away. I promise. You promised when you signed the acknowledgement of service. the judge said. That promise lasted less than half a day. 30 days. Bailiff. The bailiff led my sister away. She was sobbing, calling my name, begging me to help her. I sat there and watched her go. The judge looked at me. Miss Reeves, do you wish to make the temporary order permanent? Yes, Your Honor. Granted. 5-year restraining order. Your sister will have a copy waiting for her when she's released. The judge banged her gavel. Next case. I walked out of the courtroom in a daze. My husband was waiting in the hallway. You okay? He asked. She's going to jail. She violated a court order. That's on her. I know. I didn't know how to finish that sentence. We went home. I called in sick to work again. I couldn't face the office. Couldn't face the questions and the looks and the whispers. Over the next week, the calls kept coming. Different numbers every time. Family members I barely remembered. All of them angry. All of them blaming me. My sister was in jail because of me. My parents were homeless because of me. The family was destroyed because of me. I stopped answering any number I didn't recognize. On day 8, my mom showed up at my workplace. She got past the lobby security by saying she was there for a meeting. She found me at my desk. You have to drop the restraining order, she said. No hello. No greeting. Just demands. You need to leave, I said. Now. Your sister is in jail. Do you understand that? She's in jail because of you. Rita came out of her office. Ma'am, you need to leave or I'm calling security. I'm her mother. I don't care if you're the Queen of England. You're disrupting my office. Leave. My mom looked at Rita, then at me. This isn't over. Security escorted her out. I sat at my desk shaking. Rita put her hand on my shoulder. Go home. Take the rest of the week off. Paid. Don't argue. I went home and found my husband already there. He'd taken the afternoon off. Your mom came to your work? He asked. How did you know? She came to mine first. I had her escorted out and filed a police report. We called the police and filed another report. The officer who took the statement said we could get a restraining order against my mom too. We filed the paperwork that afternoon. My sister got out of jail 3 weeks later. My husband and I were having dinner when the doorbell rang. I checked the camera. It was my sister. She was standing on the sidewalk, exactly 100 yards away, right at the edge of the restraining order boundary. She was holding a sign. The sign said, I'm sorry. My husband called the police. While we waited, my sister just stood there, holding her sign, not moving. People walking by stared at her. Some took pictures. The police arrived and talked to her. She wasn't technically violating the order since she was outside the boundary, but they told her she needed to leave anyway or they'd arrest her for loitering. She left, but she came back the next day. Same spot, same sign, and the day after that, for a week straight, my sister stood at the edge of my property line holding that sign. Rain or shine, morning to night. The neighbors started complaining. The homeowners association sent a letter saying she was violating community standards. On day 8, she collapsed, just fell over on the sidewalk. Someone called an ambulance. They took her to the hospital. My husband found out through his office gossip network. One of his paralegals lived in our neighborhood and had seen it happen. You should call the hospital, he said. Make sure she's okay. No, she's your sister. She tried to steal our house. She extorted me. She's been harassing me for weeks. I don't care if she's okay. He looked at me for a long moment. Okay, but that night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about my sister collapsing on the sidewalk. I kept wondering if she'd eaten, if she had a place to stay. At 2 a.m., I broke. I looked up which hospital she'd been taken to and called. I'm calling about a patient, I said. Her name is... Are you family? The nurse interrupted. I hesitated. Yes. She was treated for dehydration and malnutrition. We tried to keep her overnight, but she checked herself out. When? About an hour ago. I hung up and looked at my security cameras. My sister was back at the property line, sitting on the curb now, still holding her sign. I watched her through the camera. She looked so small, so broken. My husband found me on the couch staring at my phone. What are you doing? He asked. Watching her. He sat next to me and looked at the screen. We watched my sister in silence. What do you want to do? He finally asked. I don't know. We sat there for another hour. My sister didn't move except to adjust her position every so often. Finally, my husband stood up. I'm going to talk to her. You can't. The restraining order covers you, not me. He grabbed his jacket. I'll be back. I watched through the camera as he walked out to the property line. Watched him talk to my sister. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I saw her shake her head, saw her point at the sign. They talked for maybe 10 minutes. Then my husband came back inside. She wants to talk to you, he said, face to face. She knows she can't because of the order, but that's what the sign is about. What did you tell her? I told her you're not ready, maybe not ever, and she needs to accept that. What did she say? She said she'd wait as long as it takes. I looked at the camera feed. My sister was still sitting there, still holding her sign. She can't stay there forever, I said. Probably not, but she tried. For another week, my sister maintained her vigil at the property line. She got a sleeping bag. Someone brought her food. I think my mom, though I never saw who. The neighbors started a petition to get her removed. The HOA threatened legal action. On day 14, my sister was gone when I woke up. I checked the camera footage. She'd left at 6 a.m., just packed up her sleeping bag and walked away. Part of me was relieved. part of me was worried. I tried to focus on other things: work, my marriage, planning for the future my husband and I wanted. We started talking about kids again, about turning the third bedroom into a nursery, about the life we were building. 2 months passed. No contact from my family. No calls, no letters, no surprise visits. I started to relax, started to believe maybe it was really over. Then I got a letter in the mail. Not hand-delivered this time. Proper postage. Return address from a lawyer's office I didn't recognize. Inside was a notice that my parents were suing me for grandparents' rights. They were claiming that I was preventing them from having a relationship with their future grandchildren. They wanted court-ordered visitation rights for any children I might have. They can't do that, my husband said when I showed him. You don't even have kids yet. Apparently they can file preemptively in this state. I'd looked it up. If they can prove a prior relationship with the family. What relationship? They haven't seen you in months. They're claiming the years before we went no contact count. My husband called his firm. They referred us to a family law specialist. Her name was Diane, and she had silver hair and kind eyes and 25 years of experience. This is unusual, Diane said when we met with her, but not impossible. Your parents are arguing that they have an established relationship with you and your husband, and that they're entitled to maintain that relationship through access to your future children. Can they win? I asked. Unlikely. Grandparent rights cases are hard to win even when grandchildren actually exist. With hypothetical future children, almost impossible. She folded her hands on her desk. But we'll need to fight it, and it won't be cheap. The retainer was $5,000. Discovery and depositions would cost more. If it went to trial, we could be looking at $20,000 or more in legal fees. Money we'd saved for our future, for our kids. They're doing this to drain us, my husband said when we left Diane's office. They know they can't win. They're just trying to hurt us. He was probably right. We paid the retainer. Diane filed a response to the lawsuit. My parents' lawyer sent over discovery requests. Pages and pages of questions about our finances, our relationship, our plans for children. I had to answer questions about my childhood, about my relationship with my parents, about why I'd cut them off. It was like reliving all of it over and over. The deposition was scheduled for November. My parents would be there. Their lawyer would ask me questions under oath, and I'd have to answer. I dreaded it. The night before the deposition, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I kept imagining seeing my parents across a conference table, having to be civil to them. My husband held me while I cried. We can settle, he said. We can make this go away. No, they'll just come back with something else. We have to end this. The deposition was in a conference room downtown, sterile and cold with bad fluorescent lighting. My parents were already there when we arrived. They looked older. My dad had more gray hair. My mom had lost weight. They didn't look at me. The court reporter swore me in. My parents' lawyer, a sharp-faced woman named Miss Palmer, started asking questions. Can you describe your relationship with your parents growing up? I described it. The favoritism. The way they treated my sister differently. The way I left at 18. Did your parents ever abuse you? Emotionally, yes. Not physically. Can you provide specific examples? I provided examples. Dozens of them. Things I'd tried to forget. Things I'd buried. My mom started crying. My dad put his arm around her. When did you last speak to your parents before filing the restraining order? The day they came to my house uninvited. And what happened that day? I explained. The money. My sister's debt scheme. All of it. Miss Palmer took notes. When I finished, she looked at me. Do you hate your parents? She asked. Objection, Diane said. Relevance? I'm establishing the petitioner's state of mind toward the plaintiffs. Answer the question, the court reporter said. I looked at my parents. Really looked at them. My mom was still crying. My dad looked tired. No, I said. I don't hate them. I just don't want them in my life. Because they loved your sister more? Because they tried to steal from me? Because they used me? Because every interaction with them hurts? The deposition lasted 4 hours. By the end, I was exhausted. We went home and I slept for 12 hours straight. A week later, Diane called. Your parents are withdrawing the lawsuit, she said. What? Their lawyer called this morning. They're dropping it. You won the deposition. I sat down hard. It's over? This part is. But keep the restraining orders active and document everything. If they try something else, we'll have a pattern of harassment. I hung up and told my husband. We opened a bottle of champagne we'd been saving for a special occasion. That night, for the first time in months, I slept without checking the security cameras every few hours. 3 months went by, then 6. No contact from my family. My sister's restraining order was still active. My mom's too. We'd gotten one against my dad as well after the lawsuit. Life started to feel normal again. I got a promotion at work. My husband started training for a marathon. We began seriously trying for a baby. On our 5th wedding anniversary, we found out I was pregnant. We told no one except our closest friends and my husband's family. We didn't post about it on social media. We kept it quiet and private and ours. I was 12 weeks along when my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but it could have been my doctor's office. Hello? It's Dolly. I hadn't heard her voice in almost a year. I have nothing to say to you, I said. Wait, please. I need to tell you something. You took money from my parents to betray me. We're not friends. Your sister's in the hospital. She tried to kill herself. Everything stopped. What? She took pills. A lot of them. She's at Mercy General. Your mom called me because she didn't know who else to call. Why are you telling me this? Because you're her sister, and she's asking for you. I hung up. My husband came into the room. Who was that? I told him. You're not going, he said immediately. She tried to kill herself. She's manipulated you before. This could be another manipulation. Or she actually tried to die. We stood there in our kitchen, this impossible decision hanging between us. If you go, I'm coming with you, my husband finally said. We drove to Mercy General. The psychiatric ward was on the 4th floor. We had to be buzzed in. My mom was in the waiting room. She looked up when we walked in and her face crumpled. Thank God, she breathed. Where is she? I asked. Room 412, but they might not let you in. She's on suicide watch. I walked to the nurse's station, told them I was family. They checked with the doctor and let me back. My sister was in a hospital bed with restraints on her wrists. She looked tiny under the white sheets. There were bandages on her arms where they'd put in IVs. She turned her head when I walked in. Her eyes were hollow. You came, she whispered. Dolly called. I didn't think you would. I sat in the chair next to her bed. My husband stayed by the door. Why? I asked. I lost everything. The apartment. My car. I've been sleeping in a shelter. So you took pills? She nodded. Mom found me. I told her where I was staying and she came to check on me. Tears started sliding down her face. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of everything being so hard. I didn't know what to say. I know you hate me, my sister continued. I know I ruined everything, but I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. Not because I want something from you, just because it's true. Okay. That's it? Just okay? What do you want me to say? I asked. That I forgive you? That we can start over? I can't do that. She closed her eyes. Fresh tears leaked out. I know. A nurse came in to check her vitals. My sister didn't open her eyes. She needs to rest, the nurse said to me. I stood up, started to leave. Wait, my sister called out. I turned back. Are you happy? She asked. In your house with your husband? Are you happy? Yes, I said. I am. She nodded slowly. Good. That's good. I left. My mom tried to stop me in the waiting room, but my husband stepped between us. Don't, he said. We drove home in silence. That night, I lay in bed with my husband's hand on my stomach where our baby was growing, and I cried. Not for my sister, not for my parents, but for the family I'd never had, the family I'd always wanted. I'm breaking the cycle, I said to my husband. Our kid is going to know they're loved, every single day. I know, he said. The next morning, I called the hospital, asked to speak to my sister's doctor. I can't discuss her care without her permission, the doctor said. I'm not asking for details. I just want to know if she's going to be okay. Pause. Physically, she'll recover. We're keeping her for a 72-hour psychiatric hold. After that, it's up to her. If she needs help, if she needs a place to stay when she gets out, have her call this number. I gave them the number for a women's shelter that helped people transitioning out of homelessness. Tell her it's from me. I hung up before the doctor could respond. My husband raised his eyebrows. You sure about that? I'm not helping her myself, but I can point her toward people who can. That's more than she deserves. Maybe, but it's what I can live with. 3 days later, I got a text from an unknown number. This is your sister. I'm at the shelter. Thank you. I didn't respond, but I didn't block the number either. Months passed. My pregnancy progressed. We painted the nursery, bought a crib, started attending birthing classes. I got occasional texts from my sister. Updates. She'd gotten a job at a grocery store. She was attending AA meetings even though she wasn't an alcoholic, just because she needed the community. She was working with a therapist. I never responded, but I read every message. My mom tried calling once. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail saying she wanted to be involved when the baby came, that she'd changed, that family should forgive. I deleted it. My daughter was born on a Tuesday in March, 7 pounds 3 ounces, perfect in every way. We named her Iris, my husband's grandmother's name. The hospital asked if we wanted to list emergency contacts besides my husband. I listed my in-laws, my best friend from college, not my family. We stayed in the hospital for 2 days. When we came home, there was a package on our doorstep. Inside was a handmade baby blanket, soft yellow yarn with little white flowers, a note in my sister's handwriting. For Iris, congratulations. I won't bother you. I just wanted you to know I'm thinking of you. I held the blanket and something inside me finally broke open. I texted my sister for the first time in almost 2 years. Thank you for the blanket. It's beautiful. She responded immediately. You're welcome. I learned to crochet in group therapy. How are you doing? Better. One day at a time. We texted back and forth for a few minutes. Small talk. Safe talk. When my husband came home from the pharmacy with diapers, he found me sitting on the couch with Iris wrapped in my sister's blanket. You okay? He asked. I think so. He sat next to me. What are you thinking? I'm thinking maybe someday I can forgive her. Not today. Maybe not for years. But someday. And your parents? No. Some things can't be forgiven. He kissed the top of my head. That's fair. Life settled into a new rhythm. Midnight feedings. diaper changes, the exhausting, beautiful chaos of new parenthood. I went back to work after 3 months. My in-laws helped with childcare. My husband and I tag-teamed everything. Iris was 6 months old when my sister asked if she could meet her. I thought about it for a week, talked it over with my husband, with my therapist. Finally, I said yes, but with conditions. We met at a public park. My husband was there. My sister came alone. She'd gained weight, looked healthier. Her hair was styled. She was wearing clothes that actually fit. "Hi," she said nervously. "Hi." Iris was in her stroller, gurgling happily. My sister knelt down. "Can I?" I nodded. She talked to Iris in a soft voice, told her she was her auntie, told her she was beautiful. Iris grabbed my sister's finger and held on. My sister started crying. I'm sorry. It's okay." We sat on a bench while Iris played on a blanket between us. We didn't talk about the past. We talked about safe things. The weather, Iris's milestones, my sister's job. After an hour, my sister stood up to leave. "Thank you," she said. "For this, you're welcome. Can we do it again sometime?" I hesitated. "Maybe. We'll see." She nodded. "I understand." As she walked away, my husband put his arm around me. "You did good," he said. "Did I?" "Yeah. You set boundaries. You protected yourself and Iris. But you also left the door open a crack." "That's exactly right." We had 3 more park visits over the next year, each one a little easier than the last. My sister met Iris's milestones from a distance, sent cards for her first birthday, texted to ask how she was doing. We weren't close. We might never be close again. But we were civil. We were trying. My parents never met Iris. Never will. They sent a letter when she was born. My husband threw it away before I could see it. "What did it say?" I asked. "Does it matter?" "No," I realized. It doesn't. The restraining orders are still active. Will be for another 3 years.